We live in an age of the unnecessary narration. Everyone you know feels this primitive urge to be the lead commentator on everyone else's life. We see a relationship fail, we see a friend stumble, we see someone making a fool of themselves, and we somehow feel this burning need to proclaim it, to make sure that our social circle knows that we saw it first. But there is a level of status that most people never reach because they can't stop talking long enough to observe. They don't understand the fundamental rule of a high value character. That which can be seen doesn't need to be said. There are three motivators for gossip. The first is the observer. Most people spill tea because they want to feel like they're above the drama. They think that by verbalizing a flaw, they're proving they are too smart to fall for it. But if the flaw is visible, pointing it out doesn't make you a genius, it makes you a parrot. And if a friend is being fake or a person is being messy, everyone has eyes, they see it. By voicing it, you aren't being an insider, you're being a publicist for someone else's disaster. And then there are people who status borrow. That's where gossip is a form of low level power. It's what you do when you aren't busy building your own life. And if the only way that you can feel up is by highlighting who is down, you've already admitted that you have nothing in your own life to offer. You are a vampire of other people's chaos. You are trading your dignity for 10 minutes of attention in that group chat. And finally, the fear of being forgotten. This is the most dangerous reason people talk because they are terrified of what happens when they go quiet. They feel the need to fill the air with vapid chatter just to prove they're still relevant. But silence is a form of currency. And the most powerful person in any room is the one who knows everything that is happening, but feels no pressure to dictate it to the masses. So I'm going to give you a challenge for the next 24 hours. I want you to go on a verbal fast. If you see something obvious, a bad outfit, a failing relationship, blatant lie, don't say a word. Don't mention it to your partner. Don't text it to the group. Just watch. Observe how much more confident you feel when you aren't leaking your energy through your mouth. So stop being the narrator for people who don't matter. Start being the author of your own life because remember, that which is visible needs no publicist. I'd like to leave you with one final thought. We've been conditioned to believe that if we aren't shouting, we aren't being heard. We're being told that we need to have an opinion or a take on every moving part of the world around us. But there's a massive difference between having a voice and making noise. The person who feels the need to verbalize the obvious is usually the person who is afraid of their own thoughts. And they use gossip as a social narration as a static machine to drown out the fact that they aren't actually growing. But when you master the art of being the one who sees but doesn't say, you become the most dangerous person in the room. Why? Because no one knows where your line is. No one knows what you're planning. You've become a black box. Real strength doesn't need a press release. Real strength is knowing that reality is going to win the argument for you. So you don't have to waste your breath explaining it to people who you aren't paying attention anyway. So choose your words like they cost you $1,000 each, and you'll be surprised at how quickly you stop spending them on people who aren't worth the change.